So we camped under this beautiful tree. Today's day 31. Tonight will be the last night camping. And we're in Bull Run, which is in Centerville, which is where my brother lives. So we're getting really close to home. I didn't get a picture of where it was filled with tents and looked like a cute little village. Yeah, heading out. So today's word was change. And it made me think of the line from the Rebirth of the Golden Queen story where she stops trying to escape from scarcity and chase prosperity, and instead of turning to a butterfly every night, she just stays in her rundown home and looks out of her window, just looking at the changing moon and crying over her life that does not change. And I was thinking, like, you know, there's been a lot of change. I've met a lot of new people. I'm staying in a new place every day. But part of the difficulty of, like, you know, facing the expectations I had is that, you know, I expected to be stronger, clearer, you know, feel more aligned. And so in that way, it's like I don't feel like I got to that place that the heroine comes to in the story, which is, you know, she doesn't try anymore. She just follows this path, creates this path without any agenda, and finds her own joy again. And in doing that, you know, she changes everything around her. And I guess I feel like I tried to do that. I wanted to do that. My intention for this March was to just be love, spread love, receive love. Starting to go into feeling like I failed. I don't feel like I was in, you know, the bliss I could have, should have been if I was in nature, being cared for. But what hit me is, and, you know, one of the women here just, she had that experience of just really, I think, taking in everything that's transpired and being excited to be home and feeling grateful for everything that's been. And I was like, yeah, that moment of grace, you know, when you just really can be present to the preciousness of the moment. And I'm like, I feel like I'm like not really dropping into that as much as I'd like. Then I remembered I have felt that at other times. You know, that feeling of like everything in its right place. So blessed for exactly what I'm experiencing. And it doesn't mean that then everything in my life is suddenly resolved forever, right? Like, and I think I'm forgetting that. Like, I know that experience of clarity and bliss and all of that I'm talking about. And yet, yeah, I've still been chasing that, thinking that when I get to that state, somehow I'm going to be able to, like, capture, you know, I don't know, something more permanent, something that feels secure. When really, maybe I'm just being asked to embrace change and to remember, like, so someone else might be having that experience. And that Tony reminded me, like, well, what if part of why you were here was to, you know, help, just to witness other people having those kind of experiences? Like, yeah, what if it didn't have to be about getting anywhere? If it was just an experience I felt called to do, and I did it. Like, I showed up for it. There's nothing to judge because there was never any goal, you know, other than to show up as love, and I did that. So it's wild that one of the most beautiful walks for me on this trip is one of the ones closest to my house that I've never been on. And this river reminds me of the new river, the new old river. This is Occoquan River in Centerville, Virginia, where my brother used to live. So I just want to document this because I believe in the perfect order of all things. And current me is finding this puzzling. So today's the last night that I thought we'd all be camping together. Tomorrow night we're in Alexandria, we're in a city, so people are doing their own thing. But tonight we're at this art center. It's beautiful. It's 500 acres of land that used to be a prison. And so I was imagining the last night, like, you know, everyone would be together and fire, and we have to share the Golden Queen poem because it's so alive right now. And but yeah, most people went to stay in, you know, Airbnbs or hotels, and I mean, that's not unusual. There's always a few people who stay other places, but there's often like a core group that, you know, stays together camping. And I was just surprised that people are just doing their own thing. So yeah, it feels a little like, oh, I did pull some my Kuan Yin deck out, and have some kind of little, you know, invite people into a little ceremony, like a blessing for your journey, a blessing for what's ahead. And I gave some mini anointings, which I've been doing throughout the journey. And yeah, I'm realizing I didn't really pull one for myself yet. So yeah, it's a little, I don't want to say, not anticlimactic, but yeah, it's just surprising.
On whatever expedition in your outer life and secret inner realms, breathe in intimacy with infinity. Ooh. So maybe close your eyes and connect to that wind. Breathe in intimacy with infinity.